Gil Martin of Locked On NHL here with Brandon Pillar of Locked On Senators, our prospects expert, and Jack Bushman of Locked On Blackhawks. Kevin Korchinski, the pick for the Blackhawks, coming off the Alex DeBrincat trade. Jack, first, let's talk about this pick. What did you think of Korchinski?
Yeah, I mean, at the start of the day, I didn't think number 7 was ideally where the Blackhawks were going to be picking. I was hoping if they're trading Alex DeBrincat, it was going to be a little bit higher than that. So Korchinski wasn't someone who personally was on my radar much, but I know he was on the Chicago Blackhawks radar. He was someone, Kyle Davidson actually said, he was their guy when they made this pick. When they got number 7, they were really hoping to take Kevin Korchinski, and he's a big, very mobile left-handed defenseman, got some good offense to his game, had a really big breakout season with the Seattle Thunderbirds. And I was reading kind of a really cool article from Scott Wheeler of The Athletic where it was talking about after COVID, Korchinski kind of just had this growth spurt and came back looking like a different guy and kind of filled into his body and rounded that out by having just a massive year with Seattle. So I really like a lot about his game. I think, fast-paced, puck-moving, big defenseman is, the bread and butter in today's NHL. So I like the pick a lot. It's, a little tough to swallow when Alex DeBrincat's 2-time 40-goal scorer still in the back of your minds, but time's going to tell. But I do really like this pick of Kevin Korchinski at number 7.
Brandon, what does Korchinski add to the Blackhawks roster?
Gil, I like to call Kevin Korchinski an offenseman because he does one thing really well, and that's put up points. Like Jack mentioned, in his rookie season, 65 points in 67 games in Seattle. And he does a really good job starting the play off with the puck behind his net. He lets guys chase them, and then he brings the puck up ice, and he finds his teammates. He's very good in transition. He's very good on the power play. The issue with Korchinski, I find, is sometimes he can be a liability defensively. He's just so focused on offense. And when you're playing in junior in the WHL, that's okay. But for the Chicago Blackhawks to now be trying to rebuild their blue line pretty much around Seth Jones now, having someone that kind of cheats offensively and needs a lot of work defensively, I think that could be a bit of a project for them. But there's no denying his ability to put up points. And I think he's going to be someone that can play on a second D pair as long as he has someone that's defensively responsible to kind of mop up for his mistakes and some of the pinches that may not be the best time decisions. But a player with time, I think, can be a good top 4 defenseman.
How good can he be on the power play?
I think he's going to be very good on the power play because then he doesn't have to worry about the defensive woes that he hasn't really picked up on his game. And he's someone that with the puck on his stick, he is patient. He's willing to wait. If there's not good options, he's not just going to throw the puck away. He's going to make sure that he's finding someone in open space, and he's going to be putting up big points on that power play. And to have a guy like Seth Jones to learn from is pretty decent.
You think he's a year away, 2 years away, or is he ready now?
I certainly don't think he's ready now. I think it's going to be a little bit more time before he's able to come into the NHL. And the Blackhawks, they aren't in any rush, clearly, as they're trading Alex DeBrincat away, and they're not worried about contending anytime soon. Personally, if I was in your shoes, Jack, I think I would be a little bit disappointed trading away a 40-plus goal scorer for an offensive defenseman that has a lot of work to do. But Chicago, like you mentioned, they were high on this guy, and this is someone they think they can work with.
Yeah, I mean, if you trade Alex DeBrincat for when we were hearing 2 first-round picks earlier in the week and you only get 1, it is going to be a little bit disappointing. And I think everyone in Chicago feels that way right now. It's a tough pill to swallow, and fans aren't happy, to say the least. I mean, I kind of feel for Kevin Korchinski because the guy's always going to have his name tied to Alex DeBrincat, and there might be some extra pressure on his shoulders. But yeah, man, just got to hope all for the best. I think everyone feels like the Blackhawks didn't get everything they could, but now it's done, and just got to hope that Kevin Korchinski can be a next puck-moving D-man of the future.
Jack, how do you think they try to replace the productivity of DeBrincat?
Yeah, it's $1 million question. Honestly, I don't think the Blackhawks are too focused on that. Their goal next season is to be as bad as possible. They want to be picking in the top 3. They're thinking 3 to 5 years down the road, no rush at all, which I think kind of goes hand in hand with picking Korchinski here, right? Like you can be a little bit patient with him, allow him to progress on the defensive side of things. There's no rush whatsoever. So I think it's pretty clear cut now, if you haven't gotten the message, that Kyle Davidson is going to have a pretty patient approach with this whole thing. So I don't think they're too focused about replacing DeBrincat on the ice next season as much as they are, down the road, and hoping that trading away a 40 goal scorer doesn't come to bite them when that competitive window opens up once again.
Well, Jack, I know we'll hear from you again later tonight. A busy night for the Blackhawks. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, absolutely. I'll see you guys rather soon here.